go. And I'll switch it in game for people on the stream because we have a lot of games coming today, and so we don't want to waste any time getting these games out there. We're kicking things off with our second half of the tournament, or the main event of the tournament, with BacT versus Tim. And joining me today is going to be Memb for the co-commentary.
Welcome everyone. Well, we have BacT and Tim, and they are in a position that they need to win because this is a league, and who is probably not gonna take the wins here, right? Zach might be, if not out, almost out for the finals, right?
Sure,
So,
yeah.
super important game.
Every single game is played over the 3 rounds, but since both of these guys got a tie in the first round, and they are tied up so far. If one of them loses, there's only 1 round to recover. So it might not be possible for them to get a top 2 finish if they lose this game. So this is actually a really important game for both players. They could still end up in the top 4 though, and obviously players do want to fight for that top 4 position because the top 4 players are automatically invited through to the next event, and the top 4 players still win some prize money even if they don't finish in the final. So still, I mean, the way that the Swiss system works, every game does really matter. And unless you lose your first 2 games, then then that situation might be a bit awkward.
This is I'm going out for the map. I'm checking plenty of food. This is, if I'm not wrong, this is ballet map or a different version from ballet. I think it is. We have Japanese BacT with blue in north, and we have Vietnamese for team. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, Vietnamese doesn't seem to have really something super strong in the early game. Well, it can be. You have to go aggressive with them because Japanese, we saw yesterday. Remember the last game with Islam, and the Japanese, you can go with all the bonus they have. I don't know. I prefer Japanese over Vietnamese, except if you go for a really late game. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think maybe the Vietnamese in the late game are going to be pretty good, since their Rattan archers and their skirmishers will deal quite nicely with Arbalest, which is a very typical unit choice for the Japanese to make. So I feel like the Vietnamese can work really nice late game. I guess it depends on how BacT decides to play this. Don't forget that in these expansions, the Japanese get bloodlines, so it actually makes them a reasonable scout rushing civ. It makes them a reasonable knight civilization now as well. And that's something that gives them a little bit more versatility, and it doesn't make them as linear as if they were just an archer civ like we normally see them in the AOC sort of version of the balance, I suppose you could say. So yeah, I think on this map, with so much food being around, I wouldn't be surprised if BacT does go for a scout rush in this situation. Tim, we've seen him play a few games so far this tournament in the qualifiers and yesterday in the main event. And Tim has played very aggressively in most of his games so far. And if you look at his map, what I'm seeing, what's sort of standing out to me right now is all 3 of his gold piles are forward. And this might just usher Tim to play quite aggressively in this position.
He should do it definitely. I'm checking also a map for BacT, and I like the BacT map because he has a split resources. He has some forward, but has also a stone at the back, another 2 goals at the back. But if you check the tiers for both players, pretty close to the TC for BacT and to the mill from Tim. He's also pushing the tiers as well, Tim. They could go really aggressive. Actually, Japanese, super aggressive. We all know how strong they are with the Drash. And according to what you said with the bloodlines, I find Japanese really strong civilization here. And for a 1v1, they are really cheap. Don't forget, samurais in late game also, they are counter unique units. So even against the Rattan archers with some skirmishers to support, they could do the job. So it's a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's unlikely to see samurai, but in a match
if it's
versus
needed.
archers,
I mean, if it's needed. I mean, they have some counter. It's complicated because you need castles as well, but you never know. You never know. Anyway, I'm not so convinced that the game will go that long to make Rattan archers and samurais, because for that you need a slower game. And with this plenty of food and the map for Team, who is already walling and mining gold, we're going to see action probably really soon.
Yep, and that action is going to come in the form of BacT with his Militia Drush. And I mean, that's another thing that the Japanese can do extremely well, thanks to their faster attack speed on their infantry. you know, that they can take advantage of that quite early on with this Drush, probably upgrade to Man-at-Arms. But it looks like BacT won't be going straight into Man-at-Arms here. He might actually look to do a Drush FC as he starts sending a villager over to take, one villager over to gold right now. He's still taking the deer very heavily, still taking the boar. He's got cows as well. And that's another big thing on this map. The cows actually have an extra 50 food compared to sheep. So there is a huge amount of additional food around on this map. And BacT coming forward here with the militia, looking to prevent Tim from walling up and maybe looking to abuse Tim's map a little bit because he's scouted it and he does see these forward gold mines and he does see that, okay, Tim's pretty open at the front of his base.
But actually, he's doing a completely different strategy from the standard. If you check, BacT is there with the militias, but he went for the drash without getting the meal on the berries. He went directly to the deer, so he had plenty food. He was really fast. Now BacT is gonna have the food to go up. Tin is almost in feudal age, and he's gonna lame all the deers because BacT seems to be going to lame everything. He's gonna be the lamer boy today. No, he's trying to go for the berries. He has no villages on the berries. He needs some little palisade. He's doing now the palisade. The early game. Well, it's really important to take out the villages from the berries, but you have a lot of food in this map. I like really the strategy from Tin, trying to go as fast as possible feudal, because with the food he has, he can go more aggressive. I don't think so that BacT should try to go Castle Age. It would be really, really dangerous. And he's going up 29. Don't think so. We're going to see, I think, feudal fight.
Yeah, BacT isn't walling up nearly enough to actually look for a Drush fast castle here. Archery range coming up for Tim, and you can see he's trying to get that up as quickly as he can as he puts 4 villagers onto that to build it. And yeah, BacT, you know, harassing the berries, but it really isn't a big deal to deny the berries here because Tim has still quite a lot of cows underneath the town center. He is going to go ahead and lame the deer though, and that's something that, you know, he should really be doing. This is a tournament game.
Yeah.
Take those deer away. Stop Tim getting the deer. And meanwhile, I mean, a big difference, as you noted, back at BacT's base, he actually didn't mill his berries. He milled the deer instead. So BacT is probably going to have a much higher food income at this stage of the game compared to Tim. But Tim's not too bothered about food because he's going straight into archers. He's actually not got any villagers gathering gold just yet, so he's probably going to have to add some skirmishers in. But for defensive purposes right now, a couple of archers should do the trick as long as he micros them well and doesn't get caught out of position by the man-at-arms here. No, sorry, the militia here.
Wow, but he's playing, in my opinion, extremely defensive. He has already a tower when just BacT get feudal age. He should go, in my opinion, more aggressive. Well, he's playing defensive. Of course, he's not going to have problems at home. But now that you spend that tower there, you let your opponent, when he noticed, to go for other side, you know, to come in. I don't like that he made the tower that early. I know that he has both gold forward, but you never know how he's going to come now. And he can also put another, for example, a tower behind the lumber camp on the left. He has from the town center. He could make a tower, and he could also harass, and he's not mining a stone. I don't know. And the men-at-arms already there for BacT. He's going to the men-at-arms. Oh, come on, Zach. I was going to cast it in Spanish. It has been so many hours. So sorry, I said just a word in Spanish. Nothing important. It was like, come on, but it said in Spanish. Go.
It's all good. Men-at-arms here for BacT, yeah. And that's actually 5 men-at-arms as well. He's added a couple extra. And the problem here for Tim is because he was late to move over to gold, he actually had to make quite a few skirms in there. And as a result, I mean, BacT can actually engage this army with the men-at-arms. The skirms are not the ideal unit choice for this engagement. He will be queuing up more archers now, though, as he does send 7 or 8 villagers over to the gold. And BacT is still looking pretty good in terms of map control. He's added a couple of ranges of his own. He's doing double skirmisher production, and I believe I heard a technology coming in. He's already, okay, no, he's not got fletching yet. I was going to say that would be lightning fast, but BacT 40 population right now, Tim on 37, and BacT keeping that map control well on his side, in his favor. And that's really valuable because it allows him to quite safely gather all these extra deer without having to worry about Tim coming in and raiding. And if you compare that to Tim, there's absolutely no deer income for him, and these cows are going to run out fairly soon. So I put BacT quite far ahead at this stage of the game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree completely. Look at how many deer he has on the left. And putting all the pressure, like you say, he has a really important advantage. Let's remind to the people that the hand is the faster food incoming, and he's getting all from the deers. Also, 1 mil It costs only 50 wood, so it's really, really worthy. He don't even have a single farm yet. You see, minute 15, and he doesn't have a single farm with 42 population, and he's all the time on team base, going with the men at arms, 5 men at arms alive. He has the skirmishes now going with the men at arms as well, so it's time to see the blood, Zach.
He might find a villager. I don't know what he's doing, actually. Okay, he's going to maybe kill 2 villagers here. Okay, I thought his scout would go for the one at the top. He's going to find 1 vill. He's going to disrupt the wood line as well, because the skirmishers being there means that Tim isn't just safe behind his palisade wall. So, in this situation, Tim's being really disrupted. His villagers are idle inside of the TC. That's 9 villagers in there doing nothing. And Tim is just making archers right now and hoping that he can get enough military out. Now, Tim should consider building a wall off towards this right side of his TC and kind of trying to trap this army in here. But actually saying that, there is a hole between the house and the palisade, so I don't think that would have been possible anyway. But Tim trying to go for a counter-attack. He's met with BacT's army of skirms. He cannot engage that. And BacT is ahead with the upgrades as well. He has +1 defense on the skirmishers, which Tim does not have. And Tim cannot afford at the moment as well, because he just doesn't quite have the food income. I guess he could cancel a villager and do it, but then he risks leaving his TC idle. So Tim here in a little bit of a rough position. He's bringing his whole army back, though, to try and clean up this from BacT. Do you think he's going to be able to do it?
Well, the +1, the defensive is really important. It's really important, that upgrade. So let's see how it's gonna work. He need to move the men at arms. He's moving with those skirmishes. He might take the archers. Let's see if he's gonna take it. But he's not taking the best fight. No, look at the men at arms. He lost all the damn men at arms, and now the advantage, well, at least in military, seems to be for Team. But I insist that the economy seems to be pretty far ahead for BacT. He never got attacked at home, and he's starting to farm a lot. He's still taking all the deers. We will see. We will see what is going to happen. But I really think that the advantage is still for BacT. Really early to say, but well, let's see. The micro with the unit is going to be really important. He's not chasing, but insist. Look at how BacT at home, it's sack walling already, little by little, everything without using villagers, like, wasting time, because he's just doing houses. And you need the houses, so he's playing actually right now perfectly.
BacT right now, 51 population. Surprisingly, and almost amazingly, Tim is on 55. He's actually got 4 population lead. Tim, 17 military units, BacT on 18. This actually means that Tim has more villagers right now compared to BacT. Now, I don't know if BacT might have done wheelbarrow a little early or something like that, which could, that's going to leave him with 3 villagers less in comparison. But yeah, BacT, very even on military count. He does have the map control in his favor, which is something that gives him a big advantage. But at the same time, he's not really ahead in villas right now. So it's kind of a little bit misleading, because BacT hasn't done that much damage to Tim just yet. He might find another villager kill here, though. That would be nice for him. But nope, Phil's going to get inside the TC. Tim was looking for another counterattack, and he has to return back home once again, because BacT continually harassing his economy down here, and Tim cannot let his units stray too far from home. Otherwise, he risks BacT finding some more villager kills. In fact, he's going to be harassing vills on the berries right now as well. And it looks like he will find 1 or 2, actually, as Tim comes into fight with the vills. Maybe even necessary to fight with the vills here. He does have quite a big army about to arrive. So,
yeah, and all the time, look at all the time idle. Also, all the time idle with all the villagers. I don't know what he's sending. He has a lot of army, and he's losing and wasting how many villagers? Zach, 2, 4, 6, 7 villagers. He lost already 1. So that's a lot. That's really a lot.
Yeah, 2 vills went down, but the problem is, BacT's actually trapped back here. Tim's actually walled this up completely, and BacT's just going to have to find some more villagers here. Maybe even suicide this army. Kill the vills and just suicide the army, because at this point, he might have a hard time getting out, but he can at least do as much damage as possible before losing his whole army of scabs. Goodness me. He might actually make it out with a few left, but he's done a lot of damage here. A lot of damage.
It's worth it, Zach. And also, I was checking that they were collecting all food. So he has lost already like 100 food that he was collecting. He didn't lose only the villages, also the resources. And look at now the economy for Tim. 0 food. Of course, he has now a lot of gold. He bought it. He did the market. But BacT, he can go up anytime now. He has 500 foot, close to 500, but over 500 gold. If he has the market, I'm checking, no, he doesn't. But if he does, he will go Castle Age already. And still, I'm surprised that with all the attack BacT is doing, he's not way ahead. I mean, it's still really close. And now the score, it's also say that Team is leading the game.
Well, one of the nice things for Tim here, being the Vietnamese, is he gets an extra 3 HP on all of these skirms and archers. And if I count this up real quickly, he's got 20 ranged units. That means he's got a total of 60 additional HP on all of these units over here, and that's really nice. That adds up to be quite a lot of health pool. It's essentially an additional 2 units worth of health added in. So that bonus is just going to extend and grow even larger once he gets to the Castle Age. Tim has just clicked up to Castle right now. BacT is a few seconds ahead up to the Castle Age with 56 population versus Tim's 62. It's a pretty close game right now, but I think after BacT losing a lot of those skirms, it does give Tim an opportunity to maybe push out a little bit, but still BacT 100% into skirms. Whereas Tim's doing quite a lot of archers in here, so he doesn't want to engage head-on right now. Do you think that Tim might consider throwing up a stable? Oh, he will. He's doing 2 stables, in fact. That's a really nice move from him.
Yeah, and also he's doing most of the times in this kind of games, he's usually switching to that. Even more, if you are against skirmishers, it's the best way to go, because against crossbows with ballistic, no, they might be a stronger, but skirmishers, you put there 4 knights and you will get everything. So basically, the difference right now is that the units, like you said, are stronger for Vietnamese, but BacT has, like you can see, a lot more gold than Team right now. Why? Because Team was forced to use the market to go up, while BacT didn't need to use the market.
Yeah, he's not wasted any resources by buying anything at the market here. Now, I'm really wondering what BacT's game plan's going to be. He's not walled up yet, but he's done this huge wall across the center of the map, just a line of buildings here, which is kind of nice. But at the same time...
Well, it's not, Zach, it's not wall, but in like 1 minute, it will be map for him. Yeah. He has walled his team wall with himself, you know? He walled it from the edge, from one side to the other. What's going on, man?
When you compare that to Tim, I mean, BacT definitely has a lot more map, and also BacT dropping a couple of watchtowers outside of Tim's lumber lines, just making Tim have to move away. Where's Tim gathering wood from right now? Well, right in the far corner of the map, which is going to be like the only safe place he actually has.
Look at BacT resources. Sorry, Zach. Almost he's doing all the upgrades, and still look at his resources. I mean, his economy is still. I mean, if he's getting bad fight, of course, the game is still close. But with that economy, he should just make good micro. And really, he still, in my opinion, has the advantage. But I want to see how Team will manage those knights combination with crossbows and some skirmishes against elite skirmishers incoming from BacT.
Yeah, elite skirms on the way, and obviously Tim's not going to be able to fight that with his crossbows, even with the extra HP. He's got 41 HP on his crossbow right now. But look at the knights coming out here. Absolutely, well, apart from the +1 defense, very unupgraded. I think even these skirms can kill these knights right now. So
yeah, and no bloodlines.
This is a pretty good army, actually, for BacT at the moment. But not for long. I mean, once Tim starts to get out more upgrades potentially on these knights, once he starts to get more knights, these skirms will die. But BacT is transitioning into archers, I think. I mean, he is doing some crossbows now. He's doing skirms as well. But that's it from him. There's no monastery as far as I can see. There's no siege workshop or anything like that. He's doing a university right now so he can get ballistics. But I think BacT is just committed to making the skirms and the archers right now, or the crossbows. And there's +2 defense for Tim, so it's going to make it a little harder for BacT's skirms to clean these guys up.
Well, but he's not sending too much. He's still not doing a good fight. Look at those knights. He's killing pretty quick. He's still only now with 2 knights left, a lot of crossbows. May still see the advantage. He forced him to make a siege workshop. So right now he did 2 stables, siege workshop, losing all the knights. Is so much resources spent by Team, in my opinion, with the siege workshop. While only the university, well, it's expensive as well if he's doing ballistic, but in total. He's losing a lot, man. Look at how Team is gonna be without army juice against elite skirmishers. Oh my God, it's a terrible fight by Team. He got nothing left.
That was pretty awesome from BacT, actually. I didn't expect the skirmishers to do quite so well there, because they were taking no damage at all from the crossbows from Tim. But the knights without bloodlines still melting away. And I think the biggest problem Tim had there is he didn't wait. He didn't have the patience. He should have just held back, wait until he had like maybe double the knights, and he would have won that fight. But BacT getting great value out of these skirms so far, and switching now straight into crossbows. As you said,
But
though, yeah,
the
does have the
Mangonel is
Mangonel coming out.
almost coming there. Let's see if he's gonna take the fight now, because the Mangonel
shit.
can change absolutely everything. Nah, but he saw it. He saw it, and now he's with the ability going back. Ah, come on! I wanted to see the blood. Maybe I would be in 30% energy with a shot like this. Okay, we are still in 20% sack. Let's go.
Mangonel's moving out. This is the thing for Tim. Like, he had to build the Siege Workshop. He's now building a monastery as well. Has Tim added a second TC? Yes, but he's only just adding it in now. Whereas BacT has got his second TC already up. And I'm just waiting to see if he'll build a third as well. It might be a little later since he built the university.
He did a stable, Zach, sorry. He did a stable
okay.
probably to deal with the siege. And it's a good choice, because sometimes we see so stubborn fight against the skirmishers with the Mangonels. When you can just add a stable, you don't need to spam a lot of knights, just a couple of knights, 2 or 3, get the Mangonel, and then you still have a lot of units with the skirmishes that they are really cheap. And we saw already with those skirmishes how much damage he did on Tim.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. He's done a really good job, and he's actually going to find the Mangonel now as well. BacT here, going to be taking that down. It's actually quite hard to defend the Mangonel with knights, against knights, because the knights just can't block the enemy knight from getting to the Mangonel fast enough, and so Tim's going to have to run back. Tim does have better upgrades on his knights here. He's got +2 defense and +1 attack. BacT not bothering to upgrade his knights at all right now, and I wonder if he will actually upgrade them at all, by the end of the game, because he might.
I think he don't need.
Sorry?
I think he don't need to upgrade the knights. It's just to take the Mangonel. Yeah, try to go to with the trash units and try to go to Imperial. In my opinion, is the best choice for BacT right now. Just go trash. I mean, cheap units. Team is forced now to make the damage with all those units he's doing, +1 and +2. He need to make the damage because he's spending a lot of resources.
Yeah, sorry there for the weird echo, guys. I just figured out what was going on. So you wouldn't have heard that, Mem, but the people on the stream would have heard it.
I hear you good. It's some echo from who?
It's fine. It's just the people on the stream would have heard a small echo. I've fixed it now.
Okay.
But yeah, Tim here, moving out with the Mangonel. Of course, if he gets a good Mangonel shot, he can really quickly turn this around. Right now, his knights are not too bad, but without bloodlines, they are going to be very, very quickly taken down by these crossbows with +2. So Tim really relying on getting this Mangonel to do good work. But BacT coming in there with his knights, he's looking to bring down the Mangonel once again. Can the Mangonel get the shot, or will the knight kill it? The knight's going to get it. And this is going to be a good fight for BacT if Tim doesn't run away. Of course, Tim's going to get out of there. Well, wait, no, what? Tim's going in? BacT should be able to do some damage if he gets up against the tree line here. He's even got a monk coming in right now as well.
Still a lot of crossbows and skirmishes. He's bringing now a monk. I'm not sure. Well, let's see. He's bringing some knights as well, but now it's a lot of knights. Now it's a lot of knights. I'm not sure if that fight is gonna be good for BacT anymore. If he's killing also the monk, those knights are a lot of knights. He's gonna kill everything now. He need to go back. He need to go to the tower, and he's going. But it's still so much army, man. Still with a lot of army BacT. 82 population BacT team. 80, but the game is still, in terms of population, so close. Another fast game today, right, Zach? Fast game gonna be this.
It's really close. I think BacT actually, if the reinforcements from Tim didn't come in, the extra 4 knights that came over turned that around for Tim. But BacT, if he'd have gone against the wood line, maybe not been out in the open a little more, he could have cleaned that up if Tim didn't reinforce so quickly. But still, BacT right now looking really, really good. Tim as well, not looking too bad himself. Tim just adding in, I think, his 3rd town center. BacT also has his 3rd town center up and running. And we've also got...
BacT has, sorry, Zach, that I interrupt you. 4 really, exactly. 4 and do Siege Workshop. If he's not getting damage, now it looks closer. But I think his economy should explode, really, because he has really smoother economy than Tim, in my opinion. Well, Tim has a lot of farms as well. If you check his 2 town centers in his main base, look the amount of farms. I think all predictions we do with this game, we can fail anytime, Zach, really, because he's looking I don't know, super close. Seems that BacT is playing so good, but team is still at the same population, which is crazy, really.
Tim's done Bloodlines now. I think that's a really important thing for him because he was missing that for a long time in this early Castle Age. He's also adding in some skirms, and of course, as we've seen already, those skirms have 41 HP compared to 35 HP for BacT. So that's actually a really nice bunch of additional HP for him. As well with the Mangonel, the problem here now, though, is the monks, and we've seen so far this tournament just how effective monks have been, and if BacT can get a couple of conversions onto the knights here, that's going to be huge. He doesn't manage to take the Mangonel out. Oh, will he? Oh, no. No Mangonel kill this time, but BacT so far still having a pretty good game, and Tim retaking the score lead right now. I wonder if he can actually force a fight here. I just think that the monks could have a real big impact on this, and Tim might be a little cautious of that.
It's really important what I think team is gonna try to do. He will try to put a castle forward. In my opinion, he should do it for sure because he has the stronger units. What he needs is to push on BacT economy. Once he's getting inside, because look at the walls he's doing with all those knights and raiding, he might do the damage. So where he's gonna put the castle? Oh, but he's playing safe, man. He's not doing a forward castle. He's doing the castle in front of his forward TC on stone. I don't know if you see it. He's there, so he's playing just safe. They are going for, well, not taking any risk, in my opinion, or at least as possible.
Yeah, that's an interesting castle placement, actually. I mean, it doesn't protect, it obviously protects this TC, but okay, I want to watch the fight right here. Tim got a little bit too close, and 3 conversions immediately coming in. That's nice for BacT, and he keeps all 3 monks alive as well, so it's the important thing there, keeping the monks alive. Another conversion, maybe?
Yeah, he made 2 conversions. He killed with 1 knight. He got 20 knights, and with 1 knight, he killed the Mangonel. Definitely the fight. And look how he's changed the score. It was leading the team, and after this fight, the score go again for BacT. And this fight is super important. It's looking not the best for team. Well, look at this. The monks are doing a great job here. Great job, doing more monks and more monks. Ay. He's getting a lot of knights. Where are the knights now from team? I don't see them anymore, Zach.
Yeah, they've had to run back to the castle. Of course, that castle there now is going to kill the knights off that BacT has sent over there. But that wasn't a great fight for Tim, was it? Quite a big score swing, actually, as Tim does lose a lot of his knights to the conversions. Monks, as always, being super effective. BacT also going to put down a castle on the front, so we're going to see a little bit of a stalemate in the center, perhaps. Tim coming over with a Mangonel, though. I wonder if he's actually going to be able to delay the castle a little bit.
Zach is on the way to Imperial with 123 population, while team halfway to get the resources to go up with more or less the same population. But the timing here is crucial, and if he's doing the Cataparuto, I love that upgrade with the Japanese. Stop those trebuchets. But still, being with the castle super close to the other, he will take that castle probably. Yeah, he's still not up, and he has the advantage, man. He has the timing going to be in Imperial faster, and with the Arbalists incoming. Let's see.
That's actually a really important point because once BacT hits Imp, the trap going to come out straight away. I don't think he's got any other castles, so he's not going to be researching Cataparuto for a while. But getting a couple of trebs out before Tim can lead to this castle going down, and that's really the only thing protecting the front of Tim's base right here. I'm not sure what I think about these TCs. They're a little bit, there's not really a lot going on right there, is there? They're just taking a little bit of stone, and they're sort of holding the front of the map. But anyway, Tim still he seems desperate to find a way into BacT's base.
Yeah,
he's been fighting these buildings on the front for so long, and so far he's not been able to break through. BacT is actually re-walled behind it with some stone here. So right now, Tim unable to actually damage BacT's economy. BacT hasn't done much damage to Tim's economy either, but that doesn't matter so much for BacT since he's the first up to the Imperial Age.
Wow, but these guys are crazy. Now you check, we talk like 2 minutes and we see how team with 130 population is already halfway to Imperial as well. How is that even possible, Tag? He was with 400 foot. He used probably the market and balanced the economy. Both are going to be in Imperial. He has another castle inside because he don't want to get a rash at home. The score is still almost the same, 137 BacT, team 132. But I insist that even if it's only 1 minute, 1 minute and a half, if he's getting the castle and go Arbalest, still I don't see, well, what, skirmishers? I don't see army for now that he can stop those Arbalests. from BacT.
Well,
Let's
it's
see.
gonna be Rattan archers. I think this is the reason why Tim's placing his castles defensively. The second castle down here, it doesn't really achieve much at all. It's just a defensive castle, and he wants that for the Rattan archer production. Rattan archers, super high pierce armor. They are like the natural counter to the arbalest that BacT is clearly going to make. Why is he gonna make arbalest? Why is it so clear? Well, he has so many crossbows, and there's the arbalest upgrade as well. So Tim's gonna see that. He's gonna know what's coming his way, and he's got the answer to it. He just needs to start massing those Rattan archers up. And against Arbalest, I think they might even perform better than Plumed archers. So they really are a great counter archer unit. But as we said before, the first Treb coming out for BacT, he's already starting to attack the castle. And Tim needs his castles this game. He cannot afford to lose them. That's super important for him. If he loses his castles, it could be all over. He might consider doing the Imperial Skirmisher upgrade, though. That could also be another answer to these crossbows. I mean, well, yeah, Arbalest are technically crossbows, but they are Arbalest.
Yeah, with really good. Oh, but he's gonna lose a threat. Oh, those
Nice.
knights are gonna do the damage finally because
he
they
might get
didn't do
another
too
one.
much.
He's going to get both.
Oh man, gonna
Oh,
kill
that's
both.
huge. That is huge. Wow, really nice play from Tim. Getting both Trebs, that's 400 gold and 400 wood down the drain for BacT. It'll save his castle for now, and he now has the Treb advantage. Those knights absolutely winning the momentum in the middle of the map there. BacT, though, looking for some trade, sorry, not some trade, looking for some raiding. We see another defensive castle from Tim. It makes a lot of sense. And the knights, again, being very useful, killing off the Mangonel and allowing his elite skirmishers to engage these Arbalest without too much fear of that Mangonel.
Wow, he lost the Mangonel, but those Arbalists destroy all the knights.
What?
Destroy all the knights. Look how he killed all the knights, and he did Cavalier upgrade for nothing.
I know,
because he
I
lost
just realized that.
Everything. Whoa! Oh man,
man.
those Arbalists. Well, he has the skirmishes. It's still really important what you were talking about, that he lost the advantage to being Imperial faster. He's now with the Treb, which is trying to kill the castle, so don't be so surprised that he's gonna kill. Well, I've had the feeling that they will lose both castles, maybe. Gonna be close. That castle from BacT Japanese under 2 trebuchet if he's losing the castles. I just say, and he's massing Rattan archers. Well, not really, because Team right now is at the limit with the resources. But he killed the castle now. He killed the castle. Who will say that, man? He was faster in Imperial, but he didn't make any damage being in Imperial, and now the advantage seems to be for Team, getting all the castle alive. Now he's gonna lose this one. Gonna lose this one or not?
Yeah, he's lost it. It's down. But like, I'm really confused by Tim's decision to make Cavalier there. That to me is super strange. He did the Cavalier upgrade, and it came in after he lost all of his knights. So these Cavalier right now, I don't understand it. You can see that BacT is going all out into the Arbalest. Rattan archers are the perfect unit choice for this game, or at least maybe the Imperial skirmishers. The Rattan archers are so good at dealing with Arbs, and instead he's doing Cavalier. And I'm not sure about that choice.
I'm checking all the castles exactly. He's not doing a single Rattan archer.
Yeah, super weird.
He's not. I mean, well, if you choose this civilization, it's actually to go Rattan archers, in my opinion. So he's going Cavaliers. And actually, I don't know why BacT he's not choosing immediately to make halberdiers. Because with those units, Japanese halberdiers, game over.
Yeah, actually, the thing as well about the Cavalier is that the Japanese can so easily switch into halbs. And we saw yesterday in that last game with Slam having he was sending paladins versus Japanese halbs, and the Japanese halbs were just tearing them up. So I am very surprised by this choice, but Cavalier can take down the siege, which is very nice, and we've seen that already.
Check how many barracks got BacT?
He has none.
0, like your nickname, man. Nothing. 0 barracks, nothing. How is that possible? I mean, I don't know what you think. Weird decisions by both. I mean, Japanese without halberdiers, and Vietnamese with the skirmishers and cavaliers. Whoa. They are going to change the meta game, man.
BacT falling behind in population a little bit, actually, as well, by about 30 population here, which is a little bit concerning. He did lose a lot of his Arbalest out to the skirms from Tim, and I think he got a little caught out in the north of the map with a lot of them going down. Actually, it's Tim now who's pressuring BacT quite heavily, and I'm wondering what BacT's game plan is going to be. He's got a castle back here, which is a super weird position for a castle as well. It's super defensive, but it doesn't defend anything, which is super odd. Tim breaking through the walls. He's going to come through and he will run into that castle, so it's going to do something. But Tim now could start raiding with these Cavalier a little bit. I don't know what his gold's looking like. I know that BacT has 1.7k gold in the bank. I think that's a big problem for him. He's got a ton of gold, but he's not spending it. And what is his game plan right now? More Arbalest. That's the only military production building he's got going and working. And I think he's only got 2 ranges or 4 ranges. How can he be
Zach,
in the Imperial Age?
you looks that you don't know what to say. You don't know what to say because you see that he has a lot of resources. Look at BacT, 1,000 wood, 1,000 food, almost 2,000 gold, and he's stealing 163 population, not a single barrack. Of course, he got now honors, but you see your opponent is doing Cavaliers. He's gonna deal more than good with the honors, with the Cavaliers that are already +4 skirmishes, fully upgrade. Okay, missing probably the armor, but I don't know what he's doing those units. Well, he has the monks. He's gonna convert now the Cavaliers.
Hey.
He converted one. Okay, he converted, man. He converted both.
And he saved his archer.
Oh, but at least we see these beautiful units. Elite Imperial skirmishers.
Yes, Imperial skirmishers.
There you go.
From Tim. I mean, he either had to go Rattan Archers or Imperial skirmishers here, one of the two. Now, the Imperial skirmisher is not that much stronger than an elite skirmisher if you compare them. I'm just trying to see if BacT might have a skirmisher laying around, so it's easier to show the comparison. But they don't really get that much more of a buff. I think they get 1 more pierce armor and 1 more attack. That's it. They don't get any additional HP compared to a skirmisher. So they're still a great unit choice for Tim, knowing that BacT is likely to be continuing with the Arbalest. But yeah, I think BacT needs something else here. And right now, it's so weird to see him having such a huge amount of resources, but very few military production buildings. Just 4 archery ranges, a couple of siege workshops, and a single stable. It's strange to say the least.
I really don't know what to add because you can see how he's going now with the Cavaliers, and of course that amount of Cavaliers, he's gonna kill everything. He got the Onager, killing some Arbalists, and those skirmishers are really a perfect combo against the units BacT is doing right now. Because he's not adding anything else. He's going only with Arbalists and few Onagers with plenty resources.
Yeah,
with plenty resources. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird play by BacT, really.
Something weird you might see down here in the south. BacT has a TC down on the stone of Tim. That's just going to be taken out by Tim's Treb. That's kind of funny. And a few walls as well. He's actually building another TC down here and some more ranges. Looks like they want to raid a little bit. And Tim right now, I mean, he's looking really very solid in this game. He's got good map control. He's going to take this TC away from BacT, which is covering the gold. Now, BacT still has a huge amount of gold, but whoa.
Elite Samurais. We have Elite Samurais. Elite Samurais, we have now the Trebuchet hitting the castle, yeah. Well, he's doing all the... Elite Samurais are okay, but they are not fully upgraded and still not a single barrack, so he didn't make all the upgrades from the infantry. He didn't make the squires and anything, but now with those samurais, he's gonna kill the trebuchets. And of course, with the samurais, if he upgrade completely Arbalists and Onagers, that's another thing. But still, imagine if he had the halves. Well, with the halves, we gotta get everything. And with Team Zach, we still not see a single Rattan Archer. Nothing.
No, and I don't know how effective these samurai might be. He's doing the defense upgrades and attack upgrades now. He's actually done the +2/+2 at the moment. He's actually pop blocked as well. 200 out of 200 for BacT. He did reach that population limit. Same for Tim as well now. And Tim raiding really nicely with the Cavalier. He's killed a lot of villagers from BacT. He's stopping BacT building up this barracks on the left side. I think he might actually deny the barracks. Nope, barracks is going to go up. But yeah, Tim here taking the map control back. But I'm really wondering how effective these samurai might be, they aren't the best at dealing with ranged units. They might be pretty decent at fighting with the cavalier, but these skirmishers might have enough firepower to stop the samurai being super effective. But then again, BacT also has the onagers, and they will do a lot of damage versus these imperial skirms. So I'm very curious to see how this turns out. Right now, the samurai are dying very quickly as they try to run in between these two castles. That's not how he was supposed to use this unit, that's for sure.
We see light caps, we still see those skirmishes, imperial skirmishes. Also, he's doing on the left bombard towers to get some map control. Some people in the chat was pointed out, and maybe they are right, I don't know, I'm gonna ask to you. You think team know 100% these civilizations? Well, they have played, better said, already a lot of games in HD with this civilization. It's not the first tournament, so I want to believe that they know the civilizations pretty well. I don't know if it's just a stubborn choice for this game. I have the feeling, I look at his resources, over 4,000 wood, 2,000 food, now no gold, stone. Who has the relics? 2 relics for team, and BacT, I don't know if he has, let's see, BacT, 1 relic. One relic, so...
Well, I think Tim's ahead this game because he's able to raid, actually. He's doing quite a bit of raiding damage on BacT. He's got great map control. He's got the gold on the left side now. He's denied the gold on the center of the map from BacT as well. And if we look at the map overall, they're the only other gold spots left apart from the one that's inside of BacT space. So Tim, I feel he definitely knows the civ. I don't think he was going into this game without an idea of what to do, that's for sure. I think he definitely knows the civ, and I think Tim's consciously gone for this unit choice. I think, you know, the Rattan Archers are great and all that, but the Imperial Skirms can also do the job of the Rattan Archer very well, and they can do it without having to spend so much gold, which leaves the extra gold over for the Cavalier, and I think that's a really good choice for him to do the Cavalier, actually.
Well, I'm checking the resources for BacT. He seems to be a lot of resources, but I still don't understand. Oh, now he's starting to make a lot of barracks after 1 hour. After 1 hour, start to make barracks. Oh, really? Against these units? I know that we say it so many times. You need to go halts, a lot of halts, arbalests, trebuchets, and onagers is the way to go. It's really the way to go. Even with those units, if team was switching to Rattan Archers, would be a really tough match for him. But now we can see how he's sending a lot of light caps, but the onagers and the arbalests are covering those, and he's killing absolutely everything. 200 population BacT, killing all the light caps. All the light caps right now, still doing more bombard towers, but if he's losing all those brass units, he's gonna go aggressive now with the trebuchet, and with those samurais, he might take absolutely everything, because those light caps and skirmishers don't think so gonna stop samurais and arbalest combo. Let's see right now, man.
Thing is, Tim has so many light cavalry queued up. He's still at 200 out of 200 population. Even after losing a lot of units, he's still got his population capped out at the moment, roughly. He's at 183 pop, whilst BacT is at 191. Still pretty close, in my opinion. And I don't know, man. A lot of those samurai just died. They went down to the Imperial skirmishers on the hill, and I'm not sure if BacT is actually going to be able to... Oh, there's a fight on the left as well. Tim actually fighting there with his Cavalier. The samurai doing a great job when they fight against the cavalry, that's for sure. But against the Imperial skirmishers, they do seem to die very quickly, and I think that's expected as well.
Yeah, but it's surprising because you are using a lot of gold with the samurais. They are not the most expensive unit, that is still gold that you have to use. I want to see pikes, man. Really. I want to see pikes because using samurais against cavaliers is also not needed. You can keep the gold for onagers, for trebuchets, for siege units. That is probably more important, but still in the middle, another important fighting coming, and those Imperial skirmishers seems to be with that 8 range. That's a really good thing. They have the same range that the arbalests, so they are doing an amazing job killing absolutely everything with those Imperial skirmishers. Whoa, man, look at this. And now and it's light cap +2/+4 is not hussars. So team is doing a great job there.
Well, you can
And
see
also
the
on the
difference
left.
between the skirms and the Imperial skirms. The Imperial skirms for the Vietnamese have extra health because that's their Civ bonus, but they have just one additional attack and one additional pierce armor. That's actually pretty good here, though, because the Samurai are now dead, and this means that the Imperial skirms on this hill are going to be able to clean up these Arbalest and skirmishers from BacT very easily. What's happening on the left? We see some villagers being raided by the samurai, and the samurai actually take down the bombard tower as well, which is kind of good for BacT.
Yeah, but the important fight is definitely in the middle. 173 BacT, team with 185 with a lot of wood. He's just spamming units all the time, like you said. He has, yeah. If you check the stable, almost doing light cap in all the stables, and little by little seems to be pushing with those skirmishes. Oh, it's unbelievable. Super strong, as strong as that I expected to be against those units, and he's killing everything now. Everything.
Imperial Skirmish is the perfect unit for this match, I feel. Even the samurai now, look how quickly they're going to go down. They're nearly being one-shotted by these by the skirms here. And so, BacT is spending gold in this army, and Tim is just killing it with trash, essentially. This is really good for Tim right now, as BacT loses most of his army on the front and has to fall back a little bit. BacT, though, on the left side, has cleaned out the bombard towers, but Tim's not going to be too bothered by that now. He's already mined out all the gold there. There's actually no resources worth having over on this left flank. And yeah, the samurai are over here, not really achieving anything anymore. They're going to have to get back into the fight. And I think Tim ready to go with another attack in just a minute. I think Tim does lack a little bit of siege, though. He doesn't have any siege on the map right now. No trebuchets, no rams. And without any siege, he's going to have a hard time just busting through this front line of BacT, I feel. He does need to take out the buildings on the front if he wants to actually break the stalemate in the center of the map.
Yeah, but as long as the game it goes, more problem we have to make siege. Siege is probably the most expensive unit that they will try to do. He is still with 900 gold, but since he's still doing some units, some cavaliers from time to time, he's not wasting, but using the gold. Oh, he has another 1,000 stone. That's crazy resources. But like you said, without siege, to kill so many units for your opponent, for your enemy, it's almost impossible. Well, you can be there fighting over 1 hour more, and they are already for 1 hour 8 minutes in that middle spot and not doing something else. Well, he's now adding a lot of barracks, and what is he gonna do with the barracks?
Yeah, I wonder actually. I'm guessing it's going to be pikes. I don't know why he feels the need to do pikes. Maybe it's because BacT has light cavalry out right now, but I feel like Tim can probably take this with light cavalry, and if he starts raiding a bit more as well, that would be really nice. Okay, Tim is actually making a little attack in the top side of the map as well. He's got a capped ram there, and he's going to break through the wall of BacT. Well, I hope he will once he realizes his capped ram's attacking the wrong building. With that, he can just flood some light cavalry into the back of BacT's base, and already we've seen some light cavalry coming back here, disrupting BacT's economy a little bit. On the left side, BacT raiding with some, well, I guess he was trying to raid with some samurai and some arbalest, but Tim saw it with the light cabs. They're going to get chewed up very quickly. And once again in the middle, another attack coming in from BacT with the light cabs. But we are seeing the pikes coming out from Tim right now. It does make a lot of sense to add those in. Now BacT has got very little gold to make samurai with.
This game might be really not finished really soon, because they have. I'm checking all the achievements, and they have more and more units. They are getting closer to 70, 80 army, military both. Probably they are also deleting some villages. When they see that they have a lot of wood, they can delete some villagers, and both are 200 population, not doing siege like you mentioned before. And well, now he's coming with 3 trebuchets. Now he's coming with 3 trebs. This is what he. Oh, Rattan archers! Finally,
really?
Rattan archers, an elite with all the upgrades. Whoa!
No way.
What? I can't believe, man. He has not too many, but still, if you check now the castles. He's doing, man. Well, it's just to confuse BacT, and now he will make a great fast final attack, and that's it. No, he's doing, and you will see, guys, how strong they are. Look at the attack and look at the armor they have. They are tanks, man. They're just tanks.
10 pierce armor is huge. And I don't know if they're going to be better now. I guess for damage output, they're certainly going to be nice. And yeah, Tim here going to be pushing BacT again away in the center of the map. BacT, though, in the south has quite a big army down here. And he's just cleaning out the stables from Tim. And that's going to just prevent Tim from being able to raid as well. It's going to prevent Tim from building units as quickly. Tim's not too bothered, I think, because he has got 200 out of 200 pop. And as you said before, the 3 trebs have come out now. He's taken down one of these castles up here. And I think Tim wants to break through these walls and start sending units into BacT's economy.
You looked at this game after 1 hour and 12 minutes. How much raiding do you remember on BacT economy, to be honest? Except he actually cleaned the town centers that BacT got in team map. He never attacked. He's now that he's getting inside with the village and probably going to make more bombard towers that can be really, really important to get map control. Now he's gonna raid for real. And if he's getting inside with those trebuchets and all that army and get the castles, then he's really, really deep into his economy. He's there, man. He's there finally. Seems that Tim can do a lot of damage.
Actually, the big thing about this is that Tim has his whole army in one place. If we look at where BacT's army is, BacT's army's in the south, it's in the middle of the map, it's spread out really far. Tim launching this attack with his whole army, this means that BacT has to come back from the front line. It means he has to bring his retreat from the front, and he has to deal with this. The bombard towers from Tim are going to do some lasting damage as well. They're going to make sure that BacT doesn't have any space, and they're going to kind of crawl and creep forward, preventing BacT from keeping his economy working here. I really like.
Yeah, but now, Zach, protect your trebuchet. Don't leave the trebuchet alone. Okay, now he's sending the army. He was leaving the trebuchet alone. The most important there is you see, he lost 1 treb. With all that army, he shouldn't lose a single treb. Gonna lose another? Oh, come on. If he's losing the trebs, the attack is gonna be nowhere, or not gonna be that effective. He's gonna lose it. Oh no, he didn't lose the 3rd one. But still, lost 2 trebuchets. He might lose that one, yeah.
It's very low still. There's a couple of arbalests attacking it, so it might go down. I think BacT will save his castle. He actually has run out of stone, though, so he can't repair his castle anymore. But the treb will go down here from Tim. So Tim's push kind of been repelled a little bit here. Tim's actually retreating with the Rattan Archers and the Skirmishers. I'm wondering how much gold both players have. They've both got about 100 gold right now, as all of the gold on the map has been mined up. Tim, though, does have 2 relics, and BacT has
the same.
2 as well. So there's 1 relic missing, and that's over here on the left side of the map. So yeah, the gold income for both players is actually equal right now. So it's all about who takes the better fights, who has the better strategy in this Imperial Age.
I really think that now the army composition finally is better, and really those bombard towers, also stables there really close to the farmers. The raiding is so important. I think he should send the light cast split for all over the map. He's taking so much fight now in front, which is okay, but he should send some. Why? Because it also distract BacT to take worse fight and also make the damage in the economy. If you keep fighting all the time in the same spot, well, it's easier to defend for BacT.
Yeah, for sure. Right now as well, I like the fact that Tim has thrown down all the stables in the north of the map. All these stables, all this light cavalry production, and Tim's going to switch his focus to try and maybe raid BacT's eco a little bit more. He's still doing really nicely on the front as well. This mass of Rattan Archers and these Imperial Skirmishers, they're just killing everything that BacT throws at it, and this is just so nice for Tim to have this advantage with these military units. He's actually quite far ahead in population now. BacT at about 170. Tim is at 200 out of 200. It's actually been a pretty epic fight for our first game as well, and I wonder if we're going to see this for the rest of the day.
Well, then we will go to sleep tomorrow, you know what I mean? Because this is already 1 hour and 20 minutes, which is really, really great. I mean, crazy fight, man. Crazy fight. 200 BacT population, a lot of resources, of course, no gold, but still, without traps or ramps or something, really complicated, because even if the composition is better for Tim, look how many skirmishes and light got already BacT as well. A lot. And he has the castle, all the buildings, he's not raiding. And in the north, he's gonna clean those stables, seems so. He's going with trebuchets, sending samurais, he has monks as well. He's gonna clean again everything. Oh man, it's gonna be a long game. No, the longest game in the tournament till now. It seems so.
Yeah, it is, it is. And you know what? This samurai are perfect for dealing with these light cavalry when they stand and fight. Tim just lost. Look at the map right here in the north. I think BacT might have lost a single samurai, just one. And meanwhile,
Yep.
Tim loses nearly all of these light cavalry. And they just die so quickly when they fight the samurai here. This is amazing for BacT that he's able to clean that up. And, you know, now he's got his trebs there. He'll take down the stables. And that attack from Tim is going to have to stop. Tim, though, moving his attention back to the center of the map. He's going to try and take this castle down. BacT buying another 100 stone here to get some repairs on the castle. And this is now where it gets really important. Yeah, he's going to get the castle. And with the castle going down, it's going to, again, open up another route for Tim to get into BacT space. And that's always the scary part. When your castles start falling, you can't make the samurai. You can't defend the front of his base. And this could be a way in for Tim. At the same time, in the south of the map, BacT making some light cavalry down here, looking to raid Tim's economy as well. And we even see Tim with halbs right now as well. So he's started to make that switch.
Exactly, and those light caps are not going to be really effective if you just leave there some halberdiers. They kill the light cap super quick. Look how they die really fast. All those farmers, like 20 farmers, are now really exposed. The trebuchet is really important. I really think he should focus in this spot. Why? If he's killing that TC, all those farmers, and go straight, all the military buildings are there for BacT. All the military buildings. He's coming with a light cap, but look now how they are going to die super fast with the halves. Well, he need to focus, man. Micro them, but still, even if he's losing all, he's killing all the traps.
Yeah, that was
all the
really nice for BacT, actually.
Oh,
he got
man.
some very nice onager shots in there. He killed both of the trebs. But at the same time, Tim did take down the castle. And BacT's got to be very careful not to lose too many villagers here. He might have a lot of food and wood in the bank right now. But if he loses a lot of villagers and they are replaced by military, BacT could find himself running out of resources, which is actually a really scary point. In fact, if you look at BacT's TCs, they're all producing villagers right now to compensate for all the villas which he lost on the front here.
And Zach, he has, I was checking exactly what you're telling. BacT has right now 60 farmers, 28 lumberjacks. With the units he's doing, he can make those units forever with those villagers forever. And team 71 and 30. Oh, Zach, take a Coke. And guys, stay tuned, whatever you want to say. This is going to be, well, it's crazy already. And if they don't make more onagers or trebuchet, I don't think so. They are going to go Titanic mode with the micros. You can see now on the left, going to clean again. So they are cleaning each other. Team on the left now with those light caps, Siege Warsaw, Bombard Tower, cleaning absolutely everything. While in the north he was trying to kill the artillery ranges and the stable, but seems that BacT stabilized as well. So the most important again, in the middle, they raid to each other, but the fight focus completely in the middle. But resources for team now seems to be at the limit, man. Using everything.
Yeah,
Using absolutely everything.
They both have about the same amount of military, and it's one of those situations that you get when the gold runs out in a 1v1, and you end up with a huge stalemate, and it's really hard to break it. And the only way to really break the stalemate is to have the better strategy, attack in the better place, and you'll see both players, they're trying to raid each other and try and set up kind of flank maneuvers with the stables in the south, with the stables in the north from Tim. But both players countering each other really nicely here, and as a result, we end up with this game that just, there is no end in sight at the moment. And so one player can just sort of get one overwhelming push, and this is where I think it becomes more of a stamina match rather than anything else. Who can keep their buildings queued the most?
Like deathmatch, more or less, but really they are not raiding for real the economy. They are just killing to each other. The military buildings on a side, the farmers, if you check the minimap, is still intact. They are not attacking the economy. All the time has been over 170 population, spamming units all the time. We never saw like, okay, they are struggling to 130, 140. No, they are still really strong population. Look at now, team, with almost no food in the bank, nothing, but still 180 population with a lot of units pushing really strong there now. But BacT is still pumping units all the time. Why? Because he has 60 farmers, so he can make army forever.
Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm watching this hero militia right here. Hero plays. Dark Age unit friend coming in and killing a bunch of units, I think, in that fight. He's still alive. He's still going. He's done damage to so many different units. This is so funny. This militia doing work right now. Gotta love it. Oh no, he's met a samurai. Oh, that's his end. That is the end. All right, Tim breaking the line a little bit, actually. And I do think Tim has the superior army, to be honest. He'll kill both of these trebuchets by the looks of things. And, you know, with the Imperial skirmishers, with the Rattan archers, he does have the better skirmishers. They are equal on the light cavalry, since Tim has +2 attack, +4 defense, whilst BacT has, I think it's +2 defense, +4 attack. So, in theory, Tim should have the better trash composition, but that's just the theory. I mean, so far, it's still been a pretty big stalemate.
Yeah, but has been like this sack during 30 minutes. The theory say one thing, then the game say another. It seems that he's pushing, but then when you check population for both, you see that they're still at the pop limit. BacT at the pop limit. I was checking because I thought that he was going to be struggling, and he's still at the pop limit. Zach, we need some other shot to scream and bring my energy back, because like this, we can count units and gonna be thousand and thousand units dead at the end of the game. But no siege, Zach, really. Without siege, you need to make, and now seriously, a terrible micro to lose a game like this, because he's a lot of skirmishes in each other. Yeah, Imperial skirmishes, but seems you can see how BacT is sending a lot of light caps deal properly with those units, and yeah, we see also helps. But BacT, how many skirmishes he has right now? I'm telling you, 48, 50 skirmishes, 21 light caps, 11 infantry and 6 monks. That is close to 100 army. So how to kill that with also trash units, except the Rattan archers? Really complicated, man.
Well, BacT has 3 relics right now, so he's actually got the relic gold advantage. But the question is, what are the players spending their relic gold on? BacT seems to be spending it on monks. And I don't know how effective these monks are being. I would love to see. I mean, I just wish there was a stat to tell you how much HP monks have healed over the course of the game. But these monks must be healing his army quite a lot in the back here. He's also spending his gold on samurai. Tim, on the other hand, he's spending his gold on Rattan archers, and neither player is spending it on siege. And I feel like siege is the real thing that breaks the line here, that gives one player the advantage. Tim, though, seems to have won a lot of ground right here.
Exactly. Look at the houses he did in the last second. All the houses, because he was trying to go red. I think the game is in a point that if Tim can go and send some of those light caps to the farmers, is the key. You need to send units to the farmers, because now the food become the most important resources with all the spamming they are doing. If you get that the other opponent is out of food, that's the game. So you need to break in. Come on, Siege Warsaw forward, exactly. 2 Siege Warsaw. Let's see, please, sack some rams, something to break in and raid. Not going against the wolves. They are going against the rogue. There, come on, make the siege.
Well, I think this is another thing as well, mentally. BacT is probably feeling like, oh crap, I've lost now. This is probably it. As BacT drops down to 150 population, he's struggling to replace his units fast enough. And you can always fall into this trap of, once you start producing your units, they immediately die and you never get to mass them up again. So this could be the momentum swing that actually breaks this here for BacT. He's going to try and set his gather points back here. If you look where he's gathering his units inside the buildings, he's just trying to get as many units together as he can before fighting again. But this does give Tim a chance right now.
Now, look at the population now. Sorry,
workshops.
Look at the population now. It's the first time that we see how BacT is getting closer to 150 population. He's starting to struggling a bit. And if he push now really strong with the rams, he can start to kill finally the buildings. We didn't see like, okay, a lot of rams and killing buildings that makes the other player have to build at the back or something. They still like with the same buildings for how long? For like 30 minutes with the same buildings? Come on, push now, and this is the way to go now with the rams. Send all the light caps to the farmers, and you will make now a lot of damage.
Yeah, there's no defense over here. Look at this soft underbelly of BacT's economy. Villages miles away from any town centers. Villages in the corner of the map just ripe for the picking. And we saw BacT queuing villagers earlier on because he was scared that his villager count was getting a little low. Well, Tim is going to absolutely decimate his villager population right now as he runs the light cavalry in. BacT as well has got a big problem. All of his buildings are blocking his military.